Hello and welcome to hyzermediadg's tournament coverage of the 25th anniversary Las Vegas Challenge presented by Innova. We are at the Wild Horse Disc Golf course over on the Innova course today. I'm Emily Dale and I'm joined by Nathan Johnson.
Yeah, excited to get into this round two coverage. Should be a good one as we take a look at some of the people that are going to be on our card today. Sofia Donnecke got out to a hot start with a -6 in round one. She will be followed close behind by Lykke, Lorentzen, Michelle Saggboy, and Emily Yale.
Yes, we have some new faces on our lead card today with Michelle and Emily. So excited to see what they have to offer here. Hole number one over here at the Innova course is a par 3, 353 feet. Once again, we have our basket tucked up in between these hills right across from the golf green here. We've seen some nasty rollaways on this, so hopefully our players can avoid.
Yeah, and that cart path that lines the right side is out of bounds, so you're going to see a lot of players just go with this straight to finish shot. That kind of puts them out in that circle 2 range, just like Sofia has done here.
Yep.
Lykke Lorentzen had some highlights for us during round one, had some struggles during the middle of her round, but ended with a strong finish to get herself to 3 under. Starts off with a good shot there.
Here's one of our new faces for this tournament coverage, Michelle Saggboy.
That's a good move on this one. Going to fade out into that collection zone at the bottom of the hill.
Next on the box, Emily Yale.
Like you said, that's where we'll see a lot of the players drift off to. Very common.
Yeah, and Emily Yale rounding out the card. Not to be confused with Emily Dale in the booth.
The cooler one is throwing now.
Nah, give yourself some credit. Although that is a nice pull from other Emily. Dries up a little bit short. I would be surprised if we see any of these players run these longer putts. If you hit any metal, you are going to be rolling to like 70 feet away. So would not recommend it here on hole one. And yeah, there's the first layup we see there from Donnecke.
Yeah, and it's a strategic layup too, because we have that box around the base of the basket too, that even if you're laying up too well, the disc can hit that, flip up, and roll away too. So
yeah, this is a whole. It's better to lay it up to 3 feet than to 1 foot. That is for sure, because it is just not worth the risk. Unsurprisingly, hole one did play as right at par, a 3.0 average. So, as we do see the run though from Lykke, and that is exactly why you. Well, I mean, she was close. You got to give it a go, but that's just what happens if you don't make the putt.
Yeah, you got to get that confidence up so that you're not coming up short like she did, finding the metal, and unfortunately rolling away to give her a bogey here on hole one.
Yeah. I think if I remember correctly, though, she did start around yesterday with a bogey, and it turned out just fine. So maybe that's part of the strategy.
This is true.
We'll have to wait and see if it's going to work. Obviously, worth mentioning, we were mentioning it all round. During round one, you're going to want to watch the flags on the top of the baskets. It does get quite windy out here in Las Vegas in this very open course. So putting will be a challenge all day, especially with a lot of these elevated greens that can make comebackers difficult as well if you're not able to connect on your first putt.
And speaking of, that was a really great comebacker for Lorentzen. That was a little bit farther than it looked like from the original shot. So good confident stroke to come back with as we head over to hole number 2. Hole number 2 is a 270-foot par 3 navigating this tunnel of trees here. Low ceiling, a lot of foliage to contend with as we've seen on the other course. These branches can be grabby out here.
Yeah, you can see the hard-packed ground and dirt here really allows you to trust the ground play at the end of the shot, just like Sofia does here. That was picture perfect. Just a nice little smooth mid-range. Stays on hyzer the whole way and slides up to the basket.
Unfortunately, Michelle finds the tree right in the middle of the fairway. It looks like she's trying to flex around it, but comes up short. As we see a similar result there from Emily, unfortunately, as well.
Yeah, you do want to, you can see the basket there. I mean, you want to keep the disc on hyzer the whole way, ideally to the right side of that tree, and should get plenty of ground play as Lorentzen takes a good skip, dries up a little short. We'll see if she gives that putt a run. She's going to have a bit of a low ceiling to contend with from there.
Great recovery shot there as Saggboy gets up and down.
And a tricky shot here for Emily, but
Oh,
it was looking good, but that redirection off the rock was a little mean from the course. She's going to have a tester to save the par.
yeah, that was looking like it was going to get right up under the basket for her, but what a comeback. That's how you bounce back. I think you're right. I think that first bogey is her way to get herself fired up, because that was a beautiful putt there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever works, go for it, because that was that was a great little 40-footer with the low ceiling. Great way to start the day. That was Yale, just a bit off on the par putt there, so she will have to settle for bogey. Michelle with a nice par save after hitting first available. Good job to keep that one to a par.
We still have not gotten to Sofia's disc here. She's absolutely parked with a beautiful drive.
Yeah, I don't know what the stats are. But she definitely led the field in parked percentage during round one, because she was just unbelievable off the tee. And starting round two, doing the same thing.
Not a bad place to be. Hole 3, we have a 260-foot par 3 here. Out in the open, players are going to play most likely this wide hyzer spike around. This is playing as an island, so hopefully we'll see some safe shots here.
Yeah, this one can be. Oh, as she hits a
Did
little.
She hit the rope?
She either hit the rope or the stakes that are holding the rope.
Oh.
And out of bounds. That is a really tough break.
It's heartbreaking. And this is looking a little bit wide.
Oh, and again, 2 for 2.
No
What are
way.
the chances?
No way.
That was definitely skipping back in, and it stays out. That is
Goodness.
insane.
I'm speechless right now.
Yeah, this one is looking better from Michelle. Not quite as wide, plays the ground play very well. She's got a just outside the circle, bit of a tester, but well thrown shot.
Yeah, and seeing those reactions definitely can get in your head too. But you don't want to saw this one off too early, because you can see it can really pull down into those branches under that tree there, which can make for a tricky putt. So these players are going to the drop zone here due to some rope interference, I guess you could say.
Yeah, a wild. For that to happen on back-to-back throws is pretty crazy. So they will be trying to get up and down for bogey from here. It's just a short pitch across the water, probably 120 feet or so. Thrown well by both players.
Mm-hmm. And here's what Yale is left with, cutting in just a little bit too early. Left to just really have just a pitch out up under the basket to get her par.
It's funny that the little flag is dangling a little low today. Hopefully that didn't get in the mind of Michelle too much as she missed her birdie putt. But yeah, hole 3 showing a little bit of teeth. I mean, it's a tough angle to swing the disc back. You really do have to kind of barely miss those trees or bushy trees on the right side to park this hole. So It did play as the 4th easiest hole on the course, though, at a 2.98 average. So our lead card definitely struggling a bit compared to the field, maybe giving a couple of strokes back and tightening this thing up.
We're going to have a leaderboard check-in through the first 3 holes over on round 2. Sofia still in lead, closely followed by Lykke, Michelle, and Maria. Heading over into hole 4, we have our first par 4 of the course, a short one here coming in at 422 feet. Players are really just looking to clear these trees on the hill here and get as far as they can to hopefully have an eagle putt.
Yeah, this one's definitely reachable. In the past, there's been some like Mandos or things that players have had to deal with, but just nice and open this year. Kind of blitz one out there into the open. And yeah, plenty of space over there where Michelle landed. That's a good shot.
Yeah, with that hill out there, it can feel like you're playing uphill, so players can tend to throw a little bit nose up, which causes them to bail out over to that left-hand side. But we see a good shot there from Yale. Excited to see what Sofia can do here.
Yeah, this is definitely reachable for her. It's just a matter of getting the right shape on the disc. I don't think she got that one turned over, so it does fade out to the left, but that's still
you can tell with her
in
body
position.
language, she did not like that right away.
This looks like a similar shot from Lorentzen, also going to fade out into the left side. Probably these players are from over there less than 150 feet, so this one is leaking a little left for Emily. Going to have a 25-footer or so.
Yeah, this is one of those ones that feels like a must-get birdie, especially with the distance that these ladies have. Just controlling that upshot, and she's a little bit long, but definitely makeable.
Yeah, this was the 2nd easiest hole on the course at a 3.45, so definitely in that must-get birdie range.
And that was a little bit of an unforced error there from Donnecke. She came up short on her approach, hit the hill early, and stayed right outside of the circle.
Yeah, a couple of these players dealing with longer putts, especially in this bit of crosswind, it looks like. Yeah, 35-footer and just a bit low. Luckily, that one checks up close.
Yeah, you always hold your breath when you start to see them roll like that.
A little pump fake. But Yale collects herself.
Nice.
And a nice birdie putt.
Yeah, great control there. Way to reset and execute the shot.
Michelle with a birdie putt of her own knocks that one down, gets her under par. Clean start to her round. That's what you're looking for out here.
And a clean birdie there for Lykke. As we see Donnecke cleaning up her par.
Yeah, that's what you'd hope for from the lead card on this one.
Hole 5, we have another par 4, 592 feet this time. Players' drives are going to want to end up right where we're seeing those people there on that flyover. We'll have a OB golf green to contend with that you'll want to clear on your second shot if you're trying to attack for birdie on this kind of dangerous green.
Yeah, tight green as far as depth goes. So you want to try to give yourself as open of a shot as possible. That one's going to be on that right side. A couple of late trees to deal with from Michelle. We'll see what her lie is going to end up looking like.
And this is looking turned over from Yale as well.
Yeah, I think that one caught an early tree and dropped, so she'll be in layup range from there. Gonna just pitch up to the short side of the green. The golf green, that is. This one is more what you're looking for from Lorentzen. Ah, but I think she caught that tree.
Yeah, the branches and the trees out here are very grabby and not super forgiving. This is looking better, though, that can avoid the geese herd.
Yeah, so this kind of awkward lie for Emily here with the hill right in front of her. She's gonna opt for the sidearm. Oh, it just gets absolutely knocked down by that tree. Donnecke's in a similar spot, but luckily not much in her way. So just a pitch up to the short side, hopefully to put her back in position to save a par.
Good recovery there from Emily for hopefully getting up and down for a bogey there for her.
Yeah, there is that OB cart path that winds down the right side of the fairway. Definitely want to make sure with these sidearms that you don't leak too close to it, but good shot from Lorentzen as well. All these players so far just kind of opting to play for par. We'll see. Michelle looks like she's going to do the same. It's just a layup shot to the short side of the green, but just gives it about 3 feet too much power.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, tough break.
Ooh, it skips a little bit long, but probably about a 15 to 20 foot comebacker there for Donnecke.
Yep, yeah, it's a fast green. It's hard to, you obviously don't want to come up short and be out of bounds. This one just barely scoots over. But if you airmail it past the basket, it's going to drop to that bottom of that hill. So
yeah, absolutely.
Tough to get the distance control right on these up shots. That was well thrown.
Yeah, great shot there. Nice upshot from Michelle after that unfortunate OB stroke.
Yeah, tough putt here for Emily. Nothing behind the basket, so bit of a death putt.
Oof.
And just a tad low, and that is what happens on these courses. The roll away to another 25-footer to come back to.
Yeah, you definitely can't be hesitant with your putts out here, and Donnecke grabs a nice par save with hers.
Yeah, so Emily now, I think this is for...
Double, I believe?
Yeah, at least. But it is nice to stop the bleeding there.
Yeah.
Hole
definitely
five.
Not the putt you want to save a double bogey, but she did well with that.
Yeah, hole 5 did play at... Oh, as Lorentzen also off. We'll see if that one rolled away. I think it did stay close, but... That's a tough stroke to leak there. Hole 5 did play as the hardest hole on the course. 4.9 average. No birdies on the day. And you can see why. Demanding tee shot. Very technical green. And the strokes add up quick.
Yeah, this is definitely a head game hole in a
Yeah.
lot of different ways. Makes you really think about your shots, and you can't do anything scared on this hole.
Yeah, got to commit to whatever you're going to do either way.
All right, heading over into hole 6. This is one we've seen a lot of ace runs on. Par 3, 222 feet. Our little island green here.
Yeah, it's a tiny little island. There is rope on the back and left sides that denote the out of bounds. So just because you're dry does not necessarily mean you're safe.
Oh,
As that
terrible
one
counter
catches the
skip.
backside, yeah. They're really the only way to stick it is you got to land short of the basket and kind of drive the disc into the hill to slow down the speed because it is a fast green as well. That was really well thrown from Michelle. Throws a flex line to eliminate the ground play, and really, really well done.
Yeah, I like the flex play approach. You see Lucky trying to just control that speed does hyzer out a little bit early. I think she stayed safe though.
Yeah, going to be an interesting putt from where she is. This one's leaking left. I would be surprised if it stays in. And yeah, that is dry, but also out of bounds, unfortunately. So both Emily and Sofia head to the drop zone, which is about a 45-foot putt looking straight at the water. You will only run this if you are feeling very confident.
Definitely a scary putt to run. Yeah, so Lucky did stay safe, but kind of a similar putt to what we see from the drop zone, just a lot of water behind it. Definitely scary, but not for her. What a putt. That was beautiful.
I think that's a bit of a frustration putt, probably a little upset she missed the last one and just wanted to cash this one to make up for it. Does a great job just outside the circle. Catches that last chain on the right. Well done. Ooh, no chains.
Oh, goodness. Good birdie, though.
Yeah, good birdie from Michelle. Earned that one off the tee. Gets her back under par.
The real question is, can Donnecke get her disc back? Oh, she's going right for it.
She's going to try. They do a pretty good job of raking these ponds, so even if she can't get it back now, would not surprise me if she gets it back by the end of the tournament.
We have our leaderboard check-in through 6 holes here. Not too much is changing here, though we do see Katrina Allen sneaking up the leaderboard there with a nice 1 under par on her round today. Hole 7. This is probably one of the shortest par 4s you will ever see, but that is because of how this course or how this hole plays. So you can either go for it, risk the landing on this OB golf green or in one of these hazards, or just trying to play it safe and trying to take a birdie. But even the safe play is hard.
Yeah, it's still a small landing zone with the water and the cart path on the left to lay up to. I like the just sending it play. If you have the distance to where you're going to clear the golf green, worst case scenario, like Michelle did there, you land in a hazard and you still have a birdie putt. So
Yep, exactly.
I think that's most likely what we're going to see most of these players do, and we'll see what happens.
Get over the green and oh, now that's how you do it. So she'll be putting here for eagle.
Yeah,
Beautiful
great shot
shot.
from Lorentzen. This one is looking a little left. We'll see what kind of ground play she gets.
Check up.
Just too much speed there for Sofia.
Yep. She does find that will be there behind the basket.
This one's looking like it's fading out a bit early. Gonna find that hazard bunker as well. So birdie putt
Yep.
for Emily. And yeah, this is just gonna be a nice little layup for Sofia. No need to run this one with a bunch of danger around. So just a par for her. No harm, no foul, really.
But this putt is also scary because you're putting right towards another hazard pretty much. But great birdie there for Yale.
Yeah, definitely. There's no easy putts. There's no stress-free putts, I should say, on these courses. everything has danger if you airball, which is I guess not a bad thing,
No, I do like that course design, especially when it's a wide open course for the most part. I think it's a good way to add that challenge into the mix as we see in Unfortunate break there. You can see the frustration from Lorentzen.
Yeah, just a little left. Tough.
Still a birdie, but definitely one.
Yeah. It's hard to be upset about a birdie, right? That doesn't happen too often, but when you throw a drive like that, she was definitely hoping for the 2.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can draw it up there for a drive.
Yeah. We did see, worth shouting out, 4 eagles on this hole on the weekend. Callie McMorran, Ashley Phelps, Leah Sinigini, and Katerina Yorkis. So, well done, ladies.
Beautiful job. Hole 8, par 4, 467 feet. Players are really looking to clear the water, get down into this hard pan area, and they'll have a little pitch up into the green here, kind of nestled behind this tree. I do like the forehand play here. I think the hole plays well for that.
Yeah, just take something overstable, force it over, know it's going to come back, and should put you down in the flat part with a fairly short upshot. This looks like a good angle from Yale, assuming that it's going to come out, and it does. Nice shot. Backhand is definitely a little more dangerous on this one. You see Michelle overturns that one a little bit. That is the better mistake to make, because if you fade out, you can find the out of bounds on the left-hand side of the fairway. But Sofia, with a ton of distance, this looks great if it can get to flat.
Oh, beautiful shot there.
Oh yeah, full flight. She might even be inside the circle looking at an eagle putt. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was exactly what you want. Nice flat shot. Navigated that corridor perfectly. Love to see it.
Yeah. So a couple upshots here, probably in the high 100 foot range, call it 150-ish. That one leaks out a little for Yale. She's going to have a tough putt around the tree. And a short upshot for Lorentzen as well. Well thrown.
Yeah, she came up a little bit short. She'll be right under that tree. Hopefully the branches don't get in her way.
Birdie putt for Yale, just a bit low. And yeah, an eagle look for Donnecke. What an insane drive.
Let's go.
Is that her? That's her second
Yeah.
eagle on the weekend? And we're not even a third of the way through this tournament.
Buckle up, guys. A lot of eagle spottings out here. Great putt there for her birdie from Lykke.
Yeah, a bit of a roller coaster start for her, but she's starting to turn it around. Still no pars. We'll see how long she can go on that streak. Obviously, sometimes it's a good thing to have no pars. Sometimes it's a bad thing to have no pars. You know.
I guess it depends on if it was a birdie hole or a bogey hole. That's
Exactly.
placing. Rounding out our front nine here, we have a par 4, 601 feet. Trying to just get out here. It's pretty wide open once again, playing up the skull fairway, and the basket is tucked up behind this bunker.
Yeah, the danger here comes on the approach for sure. Obviously, you need to get out this gap off the tee, but as long as you go high, it opens it up quite a bit. So, yep, Sofia's showing us exactly what you want to do here. Just blast it over that tree, big spike hyzer, and there's plenty of room in the golf fairway to throw your upshot. But the upshot is difficult. It's slightly easier if you can swing a forehand into the green. If you go backhand, you kind of have to fly that bunker with really good distance control to keep it close.
Yeah. And worth mentioning, we know you're going to watch the back nine, of course, but we are also releasing each one round a week of this 25th anniversary Las Vegas Challenge coverage. during the month of February, so make sure you catch next week's coverage as well to see what these amazing ladies do back over at the Infinite course.
Yeah, good call out. Nice shot from Emily Yale. Hits the gap, finds the fairway. See if Michelle can make it. The old Wendy's 4 for 4. And this looks nice. Just needs to fade out a little bit.
And it does.
Yeah, I'm interested. We'll see what these women decide to do to throw into this green. I think Michelle, with how far out she is, she's probably just going to want to lay up into that circle 2 range. But Lorentzen and Donnecke over on that left-hand side of the fairway with a little more distance off the tee might be able to get a little more aggressive and try to skip one up into the circle.
Yeah, we have a lot of backhand dominant players on this card too, so as we see the forehand breaking out from Yale.
Yeah, this is definitely the play. Try to skip it around the bunker and up onto the hill. So it needs to come back at the end.
Yeah, it looks like she turned that just a little bit too much and will come up deep circle 2 for her putt.
Yeah, that's the miss though. You know, you rather be inbounds and having a stress-free par than saw it off and find yourself in the bunker with a tester putt to save the par. So
100%. Ooh, getting a little bit squirrely there at the end, but it checked up and she'll have a birdie putt coming up.
yeah, nice shot from Lykke. Sofia, best drive of the group. Common theme we're seeing out here from her. This one's looking good if it gets the ground play.
Saddle. Oh, ooh.
And I think that's safe. Just barely. Half and half.
That's not something you see a ton of, especially with bunkers.
Yeah, so these are just going to be layups. No need to run this one with yet another basket on that little hill.
Okay, good sit.
But these putts, you got to give it a go.
Nice. And she completes her front 9 without any pars.
Incredible. Love to see it. Donnecke birdie as well, keeping pace. Keeping that lead at 2 strokes at least on this card. We'll see what the rest of the field is doing here in a second. And a couple of tap-in pars for Yale and Saggboy as we round out this front 9.
Yeah. Some really exciting stuff. You see Donnecke and Lorentzen just really grinding out here. Some hiccups here and there, but some really impressive rounds so far from our lead card ladies. As we have our leaderboard check-in through the front 9 here. Once again, I'm calling out Katrina Allen has been moving up the leaderboard. Maria Olivia has also been shooting down 4, as well as Leah down 4. So make sure you join us with more cute baby duck coverage, baby goose coverage on the back 9.